Hey guys, welcome back. We're now in part 3 of our General Grant build. I'm going to get to work. I'll be back in a second with an update. Alright, I've been working on the wheel and tire package. The wheels had a nasty seam, so I had to sand that off. And I scuffed up the rest of the wheel to give it, or tire to give it some, just a little bit of wear and tear. I did fit the backside in here. I didn't paint these, but I did add a nice chrome ring with a Molotov pen. That's looking snazzy. I've got the brakes here. Here is the brake and drum. Now, I took my airbrush and dusted a little black in there to simulate some brake dust. And I painted the back side of this black, as you could see the red if you looked into the side. So that is black. And then I took some of my Tamiya, some soot, and I added more dust, overflow dust to the outside edge of the little smiley face here to get it a nice dusty brake. There is what it looks like from the front. I really do like the how you can see the brake there through the slots in the tire. Look very nice. I am going to get to work on the frame. I'll be back with an update on that. Alright, so I finished off the cage. I added these two pieces here. I added the battery. I wired my battery. As you can see, we have the lead. And I'm not sure if this lead will go to the coil here or it'll go to the solenoid. So I'll have to check that out. I have the ground here, which I'm just going to, I think, just attach somewhere on the frame. It doesn't matter as long as it goes to the frame. So if this goes to the coil, I might add another lead off of here that goes up the rail into the firewall. You can see I do have my interior color down. I do have the seats done, and I think everything else for the interior pretty much done. There we can see our nice beige seats, and I'm getting paint on the walls for the interior. I still have to go back in and chrome up the door with it, the opener. And this right here, this line is also kind of a chromey aluminum along with that in there. So I have to go back in and detail those parts. We have our dashboard. I'll have to chrome up the charger, add a nice 70s, 60s, late 60s, early 70s wood grain to that. Get that nice and Foss grainy. And I think I'm going to paint around here. I think I'm actually going to paint that black. We have your ignition, which I'll be painting aluminum. And then these three little buttons here that I'll be painting aluminum. I think that's it for the interior, except for the steering wheel, which is drying right now. So I'm going to work on the engine. I will be back with that. Alright guys, we have the transmission. I made a little oopsie that got stuck to tape and tore off there, but this is an all-clad, and it is, let me grab the bottle, this little guy here, bright silver candy base. This is for a candy paint job. You put this underneath your paint for a nice metallic sheen to it, but I find it works very good as a nice bright aluminum or steel. It is actually reflective. You can see my finger reflecting in the housing right there. See that? This is some awesome paint. I also put that paint on a bunch of my engine here. We have the engine. I put that paint on this right here. And I also put that paint on my gas tank. And as you can see, that's giving me a really nice brushed aluminum look. That is exactly what I was going for. I want it to look like brushed aluminum. To achieve that, when I sanded, I just sanded with a 320 grit. I did not go back over it with any subsequent grits like a 500 or 1000. I just left it because I wanted the scuff marks in there. They show through the paint. That looks exactly like a brushed aluminum gas tank would. I love this paint. It's a very nice paint. Unfortunately, it is lacquer based, so clean your airbrush out with, or it's not lacquer based, it's enamel based. I'm pretty sure is it enamel based? It's enamel based. So lacquer thinner. You need lacquer thinner to clean that out, and in a well ventilated area. Be very careful with lacquer thinner. It is also flammable, so don't light fires. But yeah, that looks awesome. I love that. And let's get back to the engine for a moment here. You see I put my engine together, a nice Hemi red on there. I did dull this chrome down with my dull coat again. Added that aluminum to the manifold here and to the alternator and to the alternator bracket in here. This is actually all one piece, so you have to mask off the bracket. I left the distributor plastic because it's a distributor, and most distributors have this plastic, or are this plasticky or rubbery plastic look to them. This does kick out over here. I'm not sure why. This is all installed correctly, but the belt does kick out. So if you want your belt correct, probably want to cut that off and just add a your own belt. But yeah, the starter there, looking pretty nice. All I have to do is attach my transmission. I need to get my exhaust, couple of things here like a fuel filter, an oil filter, things like that I need to attach, but the basic block is ready to go. That's looking great. And that is everything I did this week. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Next week for sure, we're getting this puppy up on its wheels. All I have to do for this is to attach the wheels. I got everything underneath here done and connected. One more thing here. This is really tight up against these bracers here. So if you want your wheels to turn easily, take out some plastic on the back side of this piece or on this piece right here. I'd actually advise the back side of this piece because you're really not going to see it too much because the engine's going to be right here. So yeah. But I really don't care if it turns or not. So I started the rear end here too. I've got this in place, my shocks, and I just need to build it up there. Everything for that is done. I got my leaf springs done. Leaf springs, I have my rear end assembly done. I have these attachment points for the shocks, and let's see here, it's the riser kit right here. This is part of the riser kit, and I'm going to be putting this on the first or the lowest rung of the ladder. You have three options. The fourth ignore because these connect together, but you have three options for ride height, and I'm going to go with the lowest option. I did the second option on my other generally, and it just seems a little bit too high for the car, so I'm going to go with the lower option. And once all this is together and on, we just need to pop the wheels on. We got ourselves a rolling chassis, and we can move on to the interior. So that's next week. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you then. You guys take care.